William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, so how do you feel about prostitution and sex work?
Okay, shit, that just came out of nowhere. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Like, here's like, I don't have an opinion about that industry, all right?
Uh-huh.
That industry does not affect me. Hold on, I lied. I do have one opinion. I have one very solid opinion about sex workers, all right?
Okay, sure.
Do you pay taxes? That's my only opinion about them. If they pay taxes, I don't care about the sex worker industry, okay? But if they don't pay taxes, then I care. And my only thing I care about is pay your taxes, right? Because if I have to pay fucking taxes, they should be paying taxes, right? Because it's not fair. Why do I have to pay taxes and sex workers don't get to pay taxes? But as long as sex workers pay taxes and everything, I don't care. I don't have an opinion about sex work, all right? Right? That thing's irrelevant to me.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So now that we got that away, I can go to the real zinger about my real. Okay, so here's my real. So now we established our opinion about sex workers, right? About the sex working industry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, William, do you think I can hire a prostitute to do manual labor in my house?
I don't think that's how it's supposed to go.
What do you mean? I'm paying them for their hour, right? They charge what? I don't know how much the sex industry charges an hour, like 50, $30 or some shit.
Yeah.
50, 100. I think it varies depending on what sex workers choose. Because remember, sex working is a multi-gender industry. We don't discriminate, right?
Okay,
in the sex working industry. Yeah, like, do you think I could just pull up to an escort, or I call an escort service like, hey, how much an hour? And the sex worker's like 150. Oh, right, I like that. I got a bed in my house. You can come over. Then as soon as he come over, I'll be like, all right, we have to move this bed into the moving truck downstairs. I'm moving today.
What the fuck?
Like I pay her the worker $150, right? Do you think at that point she would have to help me move my bed downstairs to the moving truck?
Yeah, sure.
Do you still do that? Or if I have like a fence or something, I'm like, hey, I need to put up this fence and then I need to paint it. I'll pay you for the hour for you to come help me or whatever.
Wow, okay, wow, jeez, alright. Welcome to the SPOILERCAST for Hook. We're ending that right there. We're ending that right there, Austin, I'm telling you. I mean, look, man, you use I guess you can use prostitutes for like manual labor. Sure, go ahead, but I think that's up to them.
But you know what the worst part about it is? Real quick, I actually got real curious about it, so I actually Googled this. I Googled, can you hire a prostitute to do manual labor? Nothing shows up. There was no Google results for that. I got real mad. I thought that someone else would have that discussion. Then I tried like other keywords, like other buzzwords, like can you hire a escort service to do manual labor, or can you hire a hooker, right? Nothing shows up. I got real mad about it. I thought that someone at some point would consider like, damn, I have to mow my lawn, but I don't want to mow my lawn. Let me look up an escort service to mow my lawn.
All right then. Jeez. Okay. Why is this even a consideration? Why?
Wait, what if you want to mow your lawn, but you don't want to mow your lawn, right? Mowing your lawn takes a lot of work that you could be doing something else, like discussing the 1991 movie Hook, starring Robin Williams.
Oh my god, okay, alright, yeah, no, what you see, this is why I didn't want it to go even further, okay? This is why. This is exactly why.
That's the segue.
God.
That's the segue for this movie.
Fucking segues, okay. Alright, so...
Hey, that's a good segue. That's a good segue. You kept me wrong. Do you think I hire a prostitute to discuss Hook?
I'm gonna hire a prostitute to discuss Hook? Really?
To record a SPOILERCAST about the movie Hook?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. That's up to them, man. That ain't for me to decide. Hello?
I mean, would that be considered manual labor at that point?
I mean, probably, to be honest with you. Look, man, they can decide whatever they want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pay your taxes, all right? That's that's all I have to say. That's the real message. That's the real message I'm trying to say from all of this.
So it's not about the destination, but the taxes we pay along the way.
Yeah, William. Hey, William. Remember what I told you? I only have 3 natural fears on Earth, right? The government, ghosts, and communism. All right. The IRS is part of the government. All right. And I fear the IRS. All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure. All right. God,
yeah.
I'm so annoyed at this. Why prostitutes?
Pay your taxes.
Of all
things. It's just like a random thing. It occurred to me. It got me thinking.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do now is read to you the plot synopsis for Hook, provided to us kindly by the Wikipedia. I don't think they have a trust in the matter, so whatever.
This movie is gonna be 30 years. 30? Yeah, is it 30?
Yeah, it was next 91.
Year. Yeah, next year this movie's gonna be 30 years old. Holy shit.
Yeah, on December 11th, 1991. If anybody was curious, that's the anniversary date.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Zuko's in this movie.
Yeah, I know. Rufio. Anyway, we'll get into that.
It's been so fucking long. I forgot that fucking Zuko. I mean, not Zuko. Was it Zuko's voice actor? Dante Bosco? Fucking. I think was this his first debut in a movie?
Possibly?
I'm really curious. Let me go quickly look up Dante Bosco's Wikipedia page. What was his first television? Okay, no, he was in other movies, but I think these were like smaller roles. He was in Moonwalker apparently.
Oh my, huh?
Yeah, he was in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, but I guess this is like his first major role in a movie. And that's cool to know.
I'm looking at what he's in now. He actually has a really long filmography.
Yeah.
I mean, like more than I expected for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he did a lot after Hook.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, but he did more voice work than anything else. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, it's so much.
He's done a lot of score. He's done a lot of voice work. He was Jake Long, the American Dragon.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
Hey, remember that show?
I watched that show, but I didn't watch it so much.
I don't remember anything from American Dragon Jake Long except the fact that he was the American Dragon named Jake Long. Also, there was a hip hop rapping dog in that TV show. I think.
Was it? Oh yeah, I think there was.
I know the dog was hip hop, but I'm not sure if it was a rapping hip hop dog though.
Yeah. All right. But before we continue on with that, I shall read the Wikipedia plot synopsis.
Yeah, while I eat rice and meat.
Okay, thank you for telling me what you're eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, corporate lawyer Peter Banning is unaware his workaholic lifestyle in San Francisco is straining his relationship with his wife Moira and their children Jack and Maggie. As the family prepare to leave to fly to London to visit Moira's grandmother Wendy Darling, Peter is distracted at the office and misses Jack's baseball game. In London, Peter, Moira, and Wendy attend a charity dinner in Wendy's honor, leaving Wendy's old friend Toodles and her housekeeper Liza to watch over the children. When the group return, they find the house vandalized, the children missing, and a ransom note written by Captain James Hook. Peter involves the authorities, but Wendy insists that only he can save Jack and Maggie, claiming that Peter is really Peter Pan. Peter refuses to believe this, and while drinking in the nursery, he encounters Tinkerbell, who uses her pixie dust to bring him to Neverland. Tinkerbell drops Peter into Hook's pirate haven, where Peter is caught after seeing Hook displaying his children to the crew. Surprised to see how weak Peter has become, Hook challenges him to fly and rescue his children, but then prepares to execute him when he fails. Tinkerbell persuades Hook to release Peter instead, promising to bring him back with all his skills for a climactic battle in 3 days. Peter is then taken to the Lost Boys, who have been led by Rufio following Pan's absence. The boys mock Peter at first, but eventually recognize him and train Peter while encouraging him to use his imagination to restore some of his abilities, much to Rufio's annoyance. Meanwhile, Mr. Smee suggests to Hook that they turn Peter's children against him. This tactic does not work with Maggie, but Jack is swayed due to his father's mistreatment of him.
Kids are easily pursued, by the way, it turns out. Yeah. You can persuade a kid to do anything.
Yes, exactly.
Did you persuade kids to do manual labor?
Sure, I guess it's easier than a prostitute, alright? Goodness gracious.
I mean, kids need something to do during the summer, right? Don't kids already just go around looking for manual labor to do during the summer?
I mean, if you want your kids to, like, get out of your hair, it's like, hey, kid, just look, I don't want to watch over you right now. Go ahead and make your own lemonade stand, do some manual labor out.
Yeah, go help move a bed into a moving van. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I keep using the bed as a fucking example.
Oh my god.
Beds are actually quite heavy to lift.
Yeah. Fuck you. Oh god. Just Look, I don't think you can use children as manual labor anyway, considering the laws of today. But don't worry about it.
What do you mean? Don't kids still go mow the lawn or some shit? Don't they still do that?
I mean,
don't kids still. That was a big thing in the 90s. I remember every 90s movie with kids. They're like, damn, we need money. We gotta mow the lawn. Gotta go mow people's lawn.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's either 11 Center or they're mowing the goddamn lawn. I've never seen them really do much else except maybe walk a dog on the occasion. But I don't know, whatever. Anyway, where was I?
Say about the kids turning against Peter Pan.
Right. Okay. Hook then has the pirate. Hook then has the pirates play a game of baseball, which Peter spies on while trying to steal his hook. Dismayed to see Jack take to Hook as his father figure, Peter forces himself to remember who he is and discovers Wendy's treehouse, where she and her brothers had stayed. Inside, Tinkerbell helps Peter recollect his lost memories of how she took him to Neverland as an infant and his adventures with the Darling children. He finally recalls that he frequently returned to see Wendy after the Darlings returned to London until Wendy grew old. Peter then stayed behind after falling in love with her granddaughter, Moira, and subsequently lost all memory of Neverland before being adopted by the Banning family. Recalling the day of Jack's birth, Peter finally finds a strong, happy thought that restores his power to fly, bringing him back as Peter Pan. Rufio turns his sword over to him in reverence. The Lost Boys celebrate, and that night Tinkerbell professes her long-repressed love for Peter with a kiss, only for Peter to be reminded of his love for his family. Pan and the Lost Boys fight Hook and his pirates the next day, and while Peter rescues Maggie and the pirates surrender, Rufio engages Hook in a duel and is mortally wounded. With his dying breath, Rufio wishes he had a father like Peter. Jack reconciles with his father, and Peter duels Hook and defeats him, whereupon Hook is devoured by the taxidermy crocodile after imagining it swallowing him. Okay, so Tinkerbell takes Jack and Maggie back to London, and Peter appoints Thudbutt as his successor before leaving after him.
What a name.
Yeah, I know it's a name. Peter awakens in Kensington Gardens and sees someone resembling Mr. Smee sweeping up some empty bottles nearby. Tinkerbell appears and bids a tearful farewell to Peter before departing. Reuniting with his family at Wendy's house, Peter decides to change his life and devote more time to his family. Peter hands Toodles his long-lost bag of marbles, which Thudbutt had given to Peter earlier, whereupon Toodles joyfully sprinkles himself with the pixie dust inside and flies out the window. Peter tells Wendy that his adventures are not yet over as he and his family watch Toodles fly off to Neverland.
Alright.
Right.
Hey, William.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. I miss Robin Williams.
Yeah, we all do.
I really miss him.
We all do.
So we're still in quarantine, right? Coronavirus is still a thing.
Yeah.
As we try to make a note of it in every spoiler cast. So in this spoiler, not in this spoiler, not in this spoiler, but in this quarantine, I have gone through and started consuming media. Years of media, like TV shows, movies, and everything, right? So one of the things I did last week was I watched a bunch of comedy specials, stand up comedy, right?
Yeah.
And one of them was Robin Williams' stand-up comedy from 2006, 2004, or something. I can't remember. It was a long ago. And goddamn, he has energy.
Yeah, I know.
The way he performed was extremely unique in comparison to like any other stand-up comedy. So I watched people like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, John Mulaney, Gabriel Iglesias. Like those can be. I watch a bunch of different stand-ups, but like his stand-up was really a different. It wasn't a stand-up. It was a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh. No, but you see that you say this to me now, and I'm thinking, do we want to do a week dedicated to Robin Williams films?
We're making up a lot of weeks to do all of a sudden.
Yeah, look, man, it's just your fault for bringing up Robin Williams and missing him. Because to be honest, I do miss him a lot. He was honestly one of the greatest actors that we've had in this generation.
Yeah.
Or well, he's technically previous generation, but he's our generation. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that? Do we just claim it?
Yeah, we claim Robin Williams as our own. I'm certain he won't.
Can we pay for Robin Williams to be in our generation instead?
If only. But yeah, he does have a very charismatic air about him, and it's just like he always brings something new, different to any role that he really brings.
He brings this energy that I don't think I could say that any other actor that I've watched in all the films I've watched, which is a lot because we watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, we do.
That has brought on screen that I can feel can be replicated or give off the same energy. Like his energy that he brings on screen is completely something else.
Yeah, it really is. I really can't think of anybody that I could compare to Robin Williams.
Yeah, like the closest I could feel like this is like, even though it's like it's like Jackie Chan in terms of like energy in a performance. Like that's like the closest example I can think off the top of my head. But Jackie Chan also does like this whole eccentric energy in his movement, which is like that. Yeah, and that's the only I can think of off the top of my head that I could compare it.
Yeah, that's true. Because Jackie Chan has his own. He does that whole physical comedy thing, and then it's just the way he portrays it. It's just actually really fun too. But yeah,
I miss Jackie Chan.
I mean, Jackie Chan is still with us, but he doesn't do too much
okay,
anymore.
Good. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I was going to say, are we going to do Jackie Chan week next?
I mean, look, man. At this point, we might as well do Jackie Chan week and Robin Williams week. We might as well, my dude. We might as well. I mean,
yeah, so about Hook. So I haven't seen Hook in years. Like every movie we're talking about this week, we haven't seen in years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's every movie this week, apparently. Yes, I haven't seen Hook in years. Like I think I've only saw Hook like twice, and then I watched like a video review of it at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, this movie was really different. Oh. So I know this movie was made in 1991, but this movie felt very weird to watch again, right? Especially with that punk kid in the airplane, in the plane. It's like, wow, this kid's a fucking punk. He's fucking destroying the airplane. Hey, fuck this kid. This shit would never go by today. Also, that airplane was very spacious, apparently. When I was watching that, I was like, that airplane is super spacious.
I mean, this is back in the day when people could afford to have anything, I guess. You know.
Yeah, it was back during the days of when airplanes were spacious.
Yeah, this is, back when they can afford to actually spend the money on having space or something. And even then, you still have that kid who's annoying everyone.
Yep. Yeah, fuck that kid.
God.
And we should pay that kid to do manual labor.
Pay that kid to do manual labor.
Yeah.
Just pay him pennies.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That'll teach him. He'll get the spirit. He'll get the spirit of hard work being into him through labor.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those weird movies. Like I will say that, where I think critics hated this movie, but people loved it. You know, and like
was this Spielberg? Spielberg was involved in this movie.
Huh?
This was a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, it's a Steven Spielberg movie, but it's not like Steven Spielberg didn't make bad movies.
Yeah.
Because it's like he didn't hit it big until he made Jaws, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but Jaws came up before this. Wait, was Jaws before or after?
Jaws was before this.
Yeah. So he already established himself.
Yeah, he establishes himself with Jaws. I mean, the only other two movies is called The Sugarland Express and Duel. And those aren't movies I've really heard of. If I recall correctly, Sugarland Express was his directional debut. I don't know if this did well or not. It may have done well. The thing is, I can't say. But it's like, it's like I'm pretty at least to my certainty, Jaws was it was basically brought him out on top. He was the guy who was responsible for the summer blockbuster, and so and so then he just starts doing all these other movies like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1941. I mean, he was very much just doing all this whole bunch of stuff where he was capturing the essence of childhood or something. At least he captures this in his early days. He captures the spirit of adventure very well.
Yeah. Do you remember the spirit of the adventures of childhood? Do you remember those times?
Oh my God, yes. This is exactly what we're doing. We're trying to recapture the spirit of our childhood. Austin, come on.
Yeah, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, and so because anyway. And what I'm saying is, in terms of, even though Steven Spielberg has done many, many great films, right? He has had some flops. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I enjoy the movie still, but it's honestly not his best Indiana Jones film. It's not his best film overall, you know? Yeah. And 1941...
how would you compare that to The Kingdom with the Crystal Skull, though?
Well, that's another thing. I certainly enjoy... Temple of Doom more than Crystal Skull, but they're both not the greatest film, you know?
Yeah.
There are things I can enjoy in both films, but they're not the best. I'll always enjoy The Last Crusade infinitely more than the other two, you know.
Yeah.
And but like what I'm saying is like he has made some movies that haven't hit critics well, like 1941 and The Temple of Doom, and Hook apparently is one of those films, but it's like with Hook, it's kind of this childhood wonder thing. It's like, I know it's not strictly a Disney film, right? But if anything, it it is indeed a follow up to the original Peter Pan, or at least if anything, the big film that you would have for Peter Pan before Hook would be Disney's Peter Pan. Yeah. And so like people love that film, you know. And so it's like then you have Hook coming up, and then I guess it's like people wanted more Peter Pan apparently. I guess I wouldn't know the specifics.
People love Peter Pan.
Yeah, but it's like it's not reimagining, not reimagining. It's again that like from this point on, like I don't think he's done Saving Private Ryan or Schindler's List by this point yet, but he's like, and I know he did Empire of the Sun and The Color Purple. Those were more some of his more serious stuff, and anyway, Hook is like we've had more of that action stuff. It's been a while since we had like E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and then it's like you get Hook, and then it's just like Spielberg coming back into that whole childhood aspect thing again, and it's just like it's that thing where it kind of like recaptures the imagination. You have Hook, you're in Neverland, children never grow up here, and then you have all these pirates and everything.
Yeah, and then kids love pirates. Pirates are cool.
Yeah, you have the big.
We should bring back piracy.
Yes, we should bring back piracy. Yes, that's exactly what.
But not like modern pirates with their speedboats and their guns. We should bring back full wooden ship pirates.
Wooden ship pirates with hands and limbs missing, with with swashbuckling
and
swords.
Scurvy. Yeah, and scurvy. We should bring back scurvy.
We should bring back scurvy. No, yeah, sure. The wonders of childhood and scurvy are what I desire indeed.
Don't you remember how getting scurvy in your childhood?
Look, man, I remember the days when I was lost at sea, out in the wide open ocean, wishing I had a glass of lemon, okay, just to get rid of my scurvy. That was those were the days.
We don't need vitamin C, all right? Vitamin C has never done anything for the human body.
Yeah, it's not like
with the exception of preventing scurvy. That's the only thing vitamin C has done. Other than that, it's done nothing else. I don't need these stupid oranges, all right?
Oh my god. No, but it's like Hook is that fun thing where it's like I think it especially resonates well with adults too, especially since it's Peter Pan who grew up.
Everybody can relate to Peter Pan.
I mean, no, but it's a different aspect. Like when you're like in Disney's Peter Pan. It's essentially about a kid never wanting to grow up, right? And so it's about a kid having adventures in a far off land, and they're going up against the tyrannical adult, and they're having fun while doing it. They get away with doing all of this, like playing pranks and having the most fun of fun, right? As they go off and explore this the jungle or whatever the hell,
Did you know there was a 2003 Peter Pan movie?
There was a 2003 Peter Pan movie. I remember that being good. I was a kid though when I saw this, so I can't exactly say.
I don't remember there was a fucking 2003 Peter Pan movie.
I mean, that's fucking weird. I want to say it did well, but
not according to the Wikipedia page for it.
Mm-hmm. And so like what I'm saying here is like with that movie, that was like a 1950s movie, I believe. And so, I guess when Hook comes out, then I guess it may have been the aspect of like people people who watched the original Disney's Peter Pan, they grow up, then Hook comes out of nowhere, they go ahead and watch it because maybe they love Peter Pan, they grew up with Disney, it's something to watch with the kids, and then it's like it's this different perspective of like you used to be a kid and you used to want to be able to like just stay a kid, and have fun forever, but that's not always a thing. Then you have this different perspective where Peter Pan, the kid who claimed to never grow up, has actually grown up, and so then you're going through this aspect of basically like he's an adult, and then he's so focused on work he has no time for his family. Something is clearly lost between him and his family because he's just working so hard. He's just lost a part of himself, and when you're watching this, it's something that maybe families can sometimes resonate. You like maybe you're like back then you're the overworking, you're a hardworking mother or father, but you just don't have time to spend with family because you're trying to keep them up, keep the family afloat and stuff. And then you come in here, and then it's like then you have this perspective of Peter Pan, the kid, as an adult, and you're going through the same things that you were going. And then it's just like throughout this whole movie, it's about basically an adult recapturing the spirit of childhood, as we've said before, right? Yeah. And it's just like it's reminding you that even if you are an adult, you can still go out and have fun. You can still go out and let go, and you can afford to have that time with your family and stuff, and you can have fun, and that you can have that fun again that you had as a kid as an adult. So that may have been a thing. Because the thing is, I don't agree with the critics, in the sense that like it's a very bad movie, because I still enjoy this movie. But I will say it's not the best movie that I've ever seen, at least from Spielberg. But I would still say it's a good movie.
Yeah, I still enjoy this movie.
Yeah, because it's just like it helps that you have Robin Williams, embody that kind of like this kind of character who is like this adult, and then is like recapturing his childhood fun and wonder. And I mean, it's that energy that Robin Williams just kind of brings with him, and it's just like, because like it's Robin Williams, we kind of really get into it, and it's just like I think that really helps, in reveling in the spirit of the film. Even though despite some of the weird turns, I will say, because like I don't dislike the turn here, but it's like the whole Tinkerbell thing is like I get it, but it's like it's very out of left field,
Yeah.
The whole.
Well, I want a film where Tinkerbell is a drunk. Alcoholism.
You want a film where Tinkerbell is the drunk?
Yeah, no, it's an alcoholic. That's what I want. As
an alcoholic, just like like wishing like for her like long lost love, like where she's just like remember.
No, she's just drunk.
No, she's just drunk. She's just drunk. Okay, that's it. She's just.
She quit a life of alcohol. She's like, I don't need this fairy dust. I got. This is the real pixie energy beer.
So what you're saying is like whenever
release that movie, release the movie on adult Tinkerbell where she battles with alcohol and depression.
Oh my god.
That's the movie we need.
The real magic is found at the bottom of a bottle.
Oh fuck. Jesus Christ. Wait, I have never seen anyone sad after.
Yeah, sure. You haven't met me, I guess.
Oh fuck, that's
when I'm drunk.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. Oh.
That's the slogan for this video now. That's the straight up slogan. Oh no. No, but yes, I mean this film does take some weird turns sometimes, like especially with the Tinkerbell.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
really
whole,
weird.
Like, her announcing her love for Peter Pan. Like I
don't.
Like in a sense I get it, but also it's like it's very unnecessary with what we're trying to see here. I don't know what the film is trying to tell me. I mean, like, I guess everyone had the hots for Tinkerbell, understandable.
Yeah.
But, like, man, this is weird. This is very weird. Like, it's not something I want to see in a Peter Pan film or in Hook. Because, like, it's there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll accept it's here. But I'm like, it kind of detracts from everything else that you're trying to say. I think. Just a little bit. Like, with the whole, like, recapturing childhood innocence, right? And I was just like, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about it. But it's like, despite some weirdness, this film is still overall fun.
I liked it when they rolled that kid down the wooden plank, and he could turn himself into a ball, apparently. That was very weird. I didn't remember that. Oh
god, yeah. They had some weird... Yeah, I know, it's one of those things that you don't remember, but you're like, huh. But, yeah. But, I mean, again, that's one of the weird stuff. But it's still fun as hell. And it's just, especially when you're, like, having pirates, you know, up
Yeah,
against
by the way, those
children.
kids
And,
should
you
have
know,
gotten
children were
stabbed like
fighting.
multiple
And
times.
then- but it does take a...
These pirates don't know how to stab kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are terrible pirates.
Know how to stab kids. I mean, look, man. If
Depth
anything, half of
perception.
them are missing an eye,
so
so, you know, I think it's
So they
understandable.
can't stab kids properly.
Yeah, and the kids are like, "Ha, look, we are the future now, old man. We have both of our eyes. What do you have? No arms, no legs, not even two eyes."
Was really a really fun watch of them. Also, those kids have a lot of bones just laying around apparently. To make. Yeah, where do you get all those bones
from? A lot
from?
of bones lying around. Look, man. I mean, it's like it might be the subtle nod to the reality of the fact that these kids are stone cold killers. Okay, because they're.
Can you paint a kid to
enjoy
cannibalism?
I don't think they like cannibalism. I mean, maybe they don't. Maybe okay. Maybe here's a dark theory. Maybe it's not the pirates that they're eating, but maybe it's the mermaids. Okay. Yeah, and it's just maybe it's the fact that like they hunt these mermaids now because they think of them like fish. Who knows? Okay.
Wow. Oh fuck.
Because remember, kids are lazy. They don't clean their they don't clean their rooms, so you know they just leave bones there.
They leave the dead flesh of the mermaid.
They're done eating. Well, toss this bone on the corner. Yeah, it's just they just go ahead and like, you know what? I'm just gonna toss the bone in the bone corner right there. Just leave it in the bone corner.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna call it?
The mermaid corner.
The corner where bones lie. That's too long, man. Just call it the bone corner. I don't know, man. The fishbone corner. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know if they have the attention span to actually organize the bones. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's one of those things. But yeah, this film has like has a lot of what's the word I'm calling? It has a lot of this thing.
What, killing mermaids for their bones?
A lot nowadays. No, not killing mermaids for their bones. No, but the movies tend to the movies these days tend to lack a lot of adventure or that swashbuckling kind of adventure story that you have, and in here. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. You don't get a lot of swashbuckling adventures where, you know, you're out on sea, going out looking for treasure and stuff. And this kind of movie also recaptures that, you know? And so it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's that thing that you miss that you don't know that you've missed for so long. It's that kind of thing that you just want again. And I think a lot of that helps with that. I mean, the only most recent thing that I can think of that's like a swashbuckling adventure would be Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. And that was years ago, you know, and in here it's just that whole it's a lot more of that the again it's that childhood wonder aspect. I cannot stress enough that like this whole thing is just very is very much that swashbuckling adventure that you wish you had as a kid, reborn again, you know.
What do they consider to be the last swashbuckling adventure film? Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tale. All right, that's not a real movie. All right, that's an Indian epic. I don't know what that movie is. That's an Indian epic. I don't know what that is. That's also an Indian epic. Okay, can I get a movie? The Three Musketeers in 2011. Okay, I don't consider that a movie. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, Prince of Persia, The Sand of Time. There you go. There you go. The last swashbuckling adventure movie, The Prince of Persia and the Sands of Time.
I don't know if that's...
Hey, Wikipedia's not lying to me, William.
I'm not
you can
sure
go argue with this on Wikipedia. You can change this.
Sure. But God, I mean, if anything, some of the criticisms I would have for the story is maybe the action.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were trying their very hardest not to stab kids while filming this movie.
Sure. I mean, look, man, they could have just really worked the kids, really worked hard with the kids and making sure that they knew how to stab a person, you know.
Mhm.
God. But it's I think it, like, if anything, it just kind of of the criticisms that I can say with this movie is that it kind of does lose
Mhm.
itself in the adventure of it sometimes, because in the like in I guess in the first half of it, you have basically the story,
Yeah.
Man doesn't spend enough time with children. Man is not really can't really connect with his kids.
Mhm.
He has lost a spark in something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the epilogue works well too, but I guess in the middle of that, it's a little bit lost in the adventure itself, because it's like if anything, it's just it wants to do too it wants to do too much on I guess it's more on the visual aspect of things, and the art in its art in the I guess art direction, because the art direction is great, but it's like a lot of it's not really well. The story aspect of things, where it's like, we get a kid reconnecting with father reconnecting with his kids.
That's the thing about real main
kind of
setting
resolved,
of this
but
movie.
it kind of
It's
isn't.
just thrown in. Like, these kids are just there. Like you could probably much throw out the kids in this movie, and nothing would really change. It was still this movie. It's still a Robin Williams Peter Pan and Hook movie, rather than Robin Williams reconnecting with his kids Hook movie or something like that.
Yeah, and it's just like when you're watching this, I kind of felt like they should have taken the direction where what do you call it, where Peter Pan would like, while he's trying to find that spark again, that lost childhood of innocence. I've been saying so many times. I was like, because the thing is, Rufio when he dies says he wishes he had a father like Peter Pan, but the thing is, Peter Pan doesn't really act like a father to these kids a whole bunch. It's like he does do some scolding now and then at the beginning when he first like talks to these kids. But then I was kind of hoping while he's connecting with these kids, he also helps these kids out with some of their issues. And it's just like, I felt like a lot of that should have been a thing between Peter Pan and Rufio. Because then you could have had this connection where it's like, oh yeah, this is why I wanted to be a father in the first place, Or like maybe it's like he's finding himself reconnecting with this child, and then the whole scene with Tinkerbell, and then him remembering why he wanted to be a father in the first place makes him realize why he's why he's a father in the first place. Why he's taking such good care of Rufio, and in these trying times, and why he does what he does, and then he remembers, oh yeah, this is why I'm a father. This is why I work so hard, but I got so lost in my got lost so much in my work. I forgot I forgot how to be a father, And then the thing is, a lot of that is none of that is really explored or anything. Like you get the whole thing with Jack and Hook, and then
Hey, you think that was a better father than Peter Pan?
That was like a thing to motivate Peter Pan. I mean, in the sense that, like, Hook is only using this kid, then no, he isn't. But, if it was to kill Peter Pan, then he would be the best father in the world. Yeah, he's parent of the year. But yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it had a message there, but the message got lost.
Yeah, they really took a detour from it.
But like the thing is, it's still the movie still works in the sense that a lot of the film is just like relies on the sentimentality of things, and so it's like it still kind of works. Like when Rufio says, "Oh, I wish I had a father like you," it kind of works. And so when Peter Pan connects with Jack and everything and finds himself again, it kind of works, but because it gets lost in itself for like the second half for a bit, and then it's just like the message gets a little lost, and so that's just that's the disappointment I really have here. But the thing is, despite
this movie is still a fun watch.
I still really love this goddamn movie.
Nitpicking on the plot and plot details, like this movie is still a fun adventure to watch, really. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of it feels like a theme park, and so it's really fun to see. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's a good movie. If anything, if I want to give it a rating, it's a 7 out of 10. Right?
Oh, what the fuck? Well, apparently they made cameo appearance.
They were?
I didn't even realize that. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on.
Really?
Hold on. Hook. Oh, that's too many O's. George Lucas, Carrie Fisher. When the fuck did this scene happen? I don't. Okay, well, this is a fucking low quality sub scene. This is a fucking 240p. I can't see shit. I can't see shit in this. Oh, you don't even see them. That's why. Oh, they're too far off camera. That's why. Okay, that doesn't count. That doesn't fucking count. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
That's not a real cameo. You could have just said those two are any person. You could have said that was Dante Bosco and some other character. You could have said that was two dumb.
But Dante Bosco is in this movie.
That's so fucking weird. Right, this cameo doesn't count. It's not a real cameo.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just the what do you call it? That's the thing. It's like I still love this movie. Because it still has that energy, especially with Robin Williams as the lead, you know. And it's just like it's still fun to watch. It's like it's still a swashbuckling adventure. It feels like a goddamn theme park, which is probably half the fun.
Yeah, these guys,
basically all these great leads. Yeah, you got Dustin Hoffman who plays great, who's just great as Captain Hook. Bob Hoskins as Shmi is also pretty good too. So Julia Roberts does well as Tinkerbell. Although I still think that's a little weird.
If they portrayed
that weird turn was still weird.
Tinkerbell as a drunk, this movie would have been way better. Just every scene, she has a bottle in her hand.
Oh my god! Yes, exactly. I mean, she's just like drunkenly goes up to Peter Pan and is like, "Come on, we're gonna go flying," and then you just jump off a bridge or something.
Slurs her words and everything.
Slurs her words is like, "Oh, I forgot to sprinkle fairy dust," and then just as it's about to hit the water, they fly, or something like that. But they drunkenly fly and they fly into a plane or something. I don't know.
You're right.
There are things you can do with a drunk Tinkerbell.
Right? Hey, Disney, make that movie for Disney Plus, alright? Where's my Disney Plus drunk Tinkerbell story?
Oh my god. Look, man.
You're right.
There's a drunk Tinkerbell cameo.
Yeah, I want to talk about him. I got scammed watching that movie, by the way. Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
I guess we gotta do
it because I heard about all the hype.
Put that on our docket of movie list.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's a fun movie, and I would say it's definitely worth the watch. It's just like if you're expecting something really, really, really deep, or if you wanted to see the moral here learned, it's kind of learned.
Yeah, this is an enjoyable, fun movie to watch.
There. It's not there. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely good. It's something good to watch with the kids and stuff. Definitely, it's good enough to watch by yourself. It's just like when you look at the story, you're like,
yeah.
But then you're like, you still enjoy it, But yeah, that's
yeah. All right.
It's definitely.
I guess that's all we really have to say for this movie. I give this movie. I gave this movie 8 bottles to. I would give Tinkerbell eight bottles, eight alcohol bottles of booze.
8 bottles of 8 bottles of beer on the wall. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
You think that's where all the bottles went whenever they're singing that song?
Okay. All right. That's it. Yeah. That's it. All right. Coronavirus is still a thing. Wash our hands. Okay. Thanks. Bye.